you up to speed on the latest in sports. I'm Denise Tan. Justin Brownlee tested positive for banned substance after Gilas struck gold in the Asian Games. Could the Philippines lose its medal as a result? Here's a report. Gilas Pilipinas' gold medal win in the Asian Games faces controversy after naturalized player Justin Brownlee failed a doping test. According to the International Testing Agency, Brownlee tested positive for prohibited substance carboxy-THC. The chemical is being linked to cannabis or marijuana. Aside from Brownlee, another player from the Jordanian squad also failed a doping test. The samples were collected after the gold medal match between Gilas and Jordan. The results have been sent to the Anti-Doping Division of the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Philippine Olympic Committee President Bambol Tolentino said he has talked to the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas about the matter. There, it was revealed that Brownlee had been undergoing medication since before the FIBA World Cup for an injury.
Sa pagkaalam ko, si Brownlee talagang injured yan before playing and nagme-medication yan. So hindi ko lang alam kung meron sa medication niya na merong component na THC.
The POC chief further explained that if Brownlee's second sample yielded another positive result, a suspension for up to 2 years is possible. But if the country's sport officials will appeal and explanations are valid, then it can be reduced to just a month or a little more than that.
They will discuss it kung i-grant yung appeal or what, tatanggapin yung explanation, it can be reduced to a month or 3-month suspension.
But how will this affect Gilas' gold medal placing in the Asian? Under CAS rules, sanctions like disqualification or loss of points, as well as individual consequences to the athlete, will be faced if more than 2 members of a team sport have been found positive for doping. Using this stipulation, Tolentino says the gold medal stays with the Philippines.
For me, hindi affected yun. Pwede natin ilaban yun sa kung naapektuhan yung standing, yung gold. Kasi nakalagay doon more than 2 athletes ang mag-positive bago mo i-sanction yung team result or what. Atin pa rin ang gold. Don't worry, no? Worst comes to worst, I'll be going to part of the appeal, of course, OCA and CAS, no? Pero I don't think the gold medal will be stripped from us, no? Kasi it's a team. It's a team effort.
Brownlee is the second Filipino athlete to have tested positive for banned substances. Filipina cyclist Ariana Evangelista had earlier tested positive for non-specified substance erythropoietin. She was immediately suspended. The Philippine Olympic Committee hopes that the country could send 20 athletes to the Paris Olympics next year. POC President Bambol Tolentino says the country is capable of surpassing the 19-athlete delegation of the country in the Tokyo Olympics. As of now, 4 Pinoys have qualified for the Summer Games. These are pole vaulter EJ Obiena, boxer Yumir Marshall, and gymnasts Kaloy Yulo and Aliyah Finnegan. Tolentino says Pinoy bets from other sports like athletics, swimming, golf, cycling, weightlifting, and boxing still have Olympic qualifying tournaments. The POC is yet to say who they expect to medal in the Olympics. The UAAP has suspended 3 referees after this week's games. In a statement, the Collegiate League said this is due to, quote, subpar officiating in some games. But in a supposed letter by the Commissioner's Office to the Board of Managing Directors, it appears that the 3 suspended referees were the ones who called the games this Wednesday. The letter also bared that they will not be allowed to referee in the playoffs, Final Four, and finals games of the UAAP. Recall that netizens questioned the officiating in the game between Ateneo Blue Eagles and the UE Red Warriors. This is because of the huge free throw disparity in the game where 34 attempts were given to Ateneo while UE only got 4. Ateneo won that game 76-69. We're taking a timeout. The game on One News Now will return after a quick break. Stay tuned. I'm Denise Tan. Thanks for joining us. Former world champion boxer Jerwin Ancajas' camp plans to fly to Japan early for his WBA bantamweight bout with Takuma Inoue. Ancajas is currently training in Las Vegas alongside his manager-coach Joven Jimenez. But Team Ancajas is looking to arrive in Japan 10 days before the November 15 fight to get acclimated with the weather. Ancajas and his squad are also planning their strategy against the Japanese slugger. They are particularly working to address Inoue's counter-punching ability and speed. This will be Ancajas' first fight since losing to Fernando Martinez in October 2022. In racing, former Formula One boss Bernie Ecclestone was spared an immediate prison sentence after pleading guilty to tax fraud. Ecclestone admitted to London court that he misled Britain's tax authority about overseas assets worth more than £400 million. That's equivalent to a whopping 27.7 billion pesos. The ex-F1 boss agreed a civil statement or settlement with HM Revenue and Customs, under which he will pay £652.6 million to cover tax, interest, and penalties. This involves tax years between 1994 and 2022, the prosecutor said. The 92-year-old appeared at Southwark Crown Court and admitted one count of fraud by false representation. This comes just over a month before he was due to stand trial. The judge gave Ecclestone a 17-month prison sentence suspended for 2 years. This means he will only go to jail if he commits another criminal offense within the time period. A new docu-series called Messi Meets America looks into football legend Lionel Messi's journey to the Major League Soccer in the United States. The details in this Reuters video.
Messi is as big as it gets.
They knew that we were going to be there throughout the entire duration of the season, and that we were there to try to tell, the story, not just of that singular event, but of the season. And so we took it very slow with them, and we were able to capture, as viewers will see in the 6 episodes, really priceless moments.
I was there and everything's ready. The fun part. So it's a family. The city's continuation.
This just didn't happen in July. There was many months that led into this. And when you can, and in the first episode, it starts with David Beckham, who he made his own personal decision to come to the MLS back in 2007. And part of that process and that agreement was that he would someday become an owner himself of a franchise. That franchise became Inter Miami, and David understood that and saw the opportunity, as well as Jorge Mas and the ownership group at Inter Miami, to bring in the game's best.
Get your fill of the latest in sports at onesports.ph. Meantime, the Newsday continues later at 4:30 p.m. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.